How did Dad know I went to Camp Grandma, a Jewish camp? How did Dad know Preston Hanvey? How did Dad know Preston Hanvey? How did he know about a girl he showed me in school? Nate Charendoff. He was a soccer player. How did he know? How did he know? How did he know? How did he know? How did Dad know wear a leather jacket? A leather black jacket. How did he know? How did Dad Preston Hanvey know? I'm a surname Hanvey, yeah. I had Irish in me. My dad Preston Hanvey, and also English. How did Dad know I was on the couch with Mom, and we were talking? I was wearing my black leather jacket at the time, yeah. We were talking about sex, but Dad, he doesn't want to lose me. So he told me and Mom that we need to retire from sex. Dad, Preston Hanvey's worried about me. Yeah. When I get scared, I say, oh shit. Yeah. And Dad knew about that. How did Dad, Preston Hanvey know? How did Dad, Preston Hanvey know Mom did weed? How did he know? Yeah. How did Dad know I went to jail? He wants to save my life. Yeah. He doesn't want me to go back. No, he doesn't. And I love him for that. If I go into any other houses, they may do something to me like that. How did Dad know the family members? How did Preston Hanvey, Dad, know? Judith Charendoff. That's my great-grandma. She's deceased. Then it's, Side Charendoff. I say Sidney Charendoff. That's my grandpa. He died 2018. Deceased. Mark Charendoff. He's my cousin. Sally Charendoff. My cousin again. Brian Charendoff. Another cousin. Jay Charendoff. A cousin. Lucy Charendoff. That was my grandma that died 2004. Yeah. There's one more. Brian Charendoff. And Mark Charendoff. They're my cousins. How did Dad, Preston Hanvey know? If Dad, Preston Hanvey, has another baby when he hasn't sex, it'll be my brother or sister. Team our family name is Caroline Charendoff, cousin. Lisa Charendoff, another cousin. How does Dad, Preston Hanvey, know I wear several pair of glasses? How does Dad, Preston Hanvey, know I was blonde-headed a long time ago and slowly turned brown-headed? Yeah. I had red glasses at the time. Yeah. With white skin. Dad walked up to the community pool in Kettle Mills, Texas neighborhood Trailstone. Dad said nothing, and Mom said, Preston, Preston, Preston. Mom Caroline Charendoff did. Yeah. And Dad embarrassed me that day. He said he was sorry. I have feelings for him. Yeah. So Dad went on Trailstone, applied for the McDonald's, came back. And he got his shirt torn by a dog. And his chest was bleeding. Yeah. And, Dad said, Ruthie Hanvey to me. And I said, how does he know my name? How does he know my name? How does he know my last name too? How does he know my last name too? Dad already went into the house. Me and Mom were walking on Whitetail Way, the same street as Dad's house, Preston Hanvey's. And, we were gossiping about Dad, and I said, he didn't have to embarrass me like that. Yeah. 2022, I was walking a blonde-haired toddler. That's my dad, Preston Hanvey's nephew. Yeah. And then 2025, I drive in the car, see my dad sitting on the porch, Preston Hanvey. And, I look at him with sad eyes. And then I drive off. Yeah. But I'll be back for Dad, Preston Hanvey. I have feelings for him. How did Dad, Preston Hanvey, know I wore a black leather jacket with a white t-shirt? Yeah. How did Dad, Preston Hanvey, know I was a Girl Scout? How? How'd he know? How'd he know? How'd he know? How'd he know? Mom, Sarah Lane Charendoff, was at the Chuck E. Cheese's. And Dad was a toddler at the time. She promised that Dad would be forever with me, Ruthie Hanvey. Yeah. At the Chuck E. Cheese's, Mom told Dad the family members. Yeah. A few years later, before I was born, Dad, Preston Hanvey, and Mom, Sarah Lane Charendoff, had sex. Mom drank the whole bottle of wine. Yeah. And then they had sex. And Tara was talking random. She was smiling. And then after that, Mom fucks Dad with a big black dildo. Yeah. Dad's butthole healed. Slowly. That's what he said in the distance. Outside in Kettle Mills, Texas neighborhood trail zone. Yeah, Dad has no pain anymore. A long time ago, Mom drank the blood of the brown-haired white girl. Yeah. And Dad and Aunt Marla Charendoff used to, butt heads. They didn't really get along. But Dad said he'd forgive her. He would forgive. To be back with me. Yeah. Dad, Preston Hanvey did. Mom's original hair was black hair. There were different skin tones. Sometimes she'd appear white. But, yeah, she had several different skin tones. And she would color her hair blonde. Yeah. Remembering. Dad, Preston Hanvey, also remembers. Yeah. Dad said in the distance, how do we get cars? Different cars. Dad said he doesn't know how we do that. But yeah. Dad, Preston Hanvey, said that. Dad saw me go on the 2nd Street of Whitetail Way. He did. And, yeah, I did. And, Dad lives on the 1st Street of Whitetail Way. I do know where he lives. Yeah. Mom, Sarah Lane Charendoff, and Dad, Preston Hanvey, have seen Morgan. Yeah, the Raven Goddess. Yeah. And, Morgan is a raven, a wolf, and a heifer, a cow. Mom, Sarah Lane Charendoff, can actually, tell you how, Dad, Preston Hanvey, and Mom, Sarah Lane Charendoff, seen Morgan. She can explain. There was a man that said, I don't care if he is the real dad. You still ain't going to him. He was talking about Dad, Preston Hanvey. And Dad, I still care about Preston Hanvey. I got abused several times in sex. Yeah. And Dad, Preston Hanvey, would yell, saving my life. So, I mean, if you said stop, you stop. Yeah. Another family member, Chrissy Charendoff. And Jacob Charendoff. At Camp Rama, I wore a light blue t-shirt with the words Camp Rama on it. Yeah. How did Dad, Preston Hanvey, know what t-shirt I wore? How did Dad, Preston Hanvey, know I'm infertility? He doesn't want me being infertility no more. He wants to save my life from sex. He doesn't want me to die. No, he doesn't. And, I care for Dad, Preston Hanvey, because of that. Dad, Preston Hanvey, lives in Cattle Mills, Texas, neighborhood trail zone. Yeah. On Whitetail Way. Another family member, Dad, Preston Hanvey, exposed. David Charendoff. How did Dad, Preston Hanvey, know? Grandpa Cy Charendoff was deceased 2018, and Lucy Charendoff, my grandma, she died 2004. That was Mom, Sarah Lane Charendoff's dad. And Marla Charendoff, my aunt Marla's dad. They were married. Yes. Cy Charendoff, Grandpa Cy Charendoff, and Lucy Charendoff were married. That was my grandparents. Grandma Lucy Charendoff was fat. Dad, Preston Hanvey, exposed to family members again. 2 more family members. Aiden and Sammy Strong. They're my half-brothers. Then I have a half-sister as well. Dad, Preston Hanvey forgives. He forgives for all the bad things Mom did in the past. Mom Sarah Lane Charendoff did in the past.